That's phenomenal. That's almost impossible that they can do that.
Yeah.
That is, that must be a world's first.
Stjernholm Reviews, making hi-fi great again and saving the wildlife habitats of the world. Your sound, your music, your planet.
Imagine a speaker that delivers all the power you need to serve the most demanding music at realistic, true-to-life levels. And not to forget bass extension so deep that it will make your nuts rattle. And a sound that really suits any style of music for hours and hours of fatigue-free listening. All served in custom colors.
Yes, selector!
Blue takes me high, purple makes me wanna sing. I got colors in my mind you ain't never seen before. Colors that I hate, colors I adore. Free up my mind and the lyrics are flowing. The colors on my mind should always keep on glowing.
Packed into a body that you can smack right up against the wall if you want. And all you need to make these girls sing is to add a streamer, because they are active. Sounds too good to be true? Not if you can pronounce the name Simp.
How in the hell did them fellers come up with a name that sounds like some feller sneezing real loud in a Bavarian beer hall? Dang if it ain't the goofiest thing I ever heard.
Well, Earl, it's actually a fancy way of spelling the German term GGNTKT.
I don't know about
which
that.
Which literally means push-pull in audio engineering.
GGNTKT sounds just too darn fancy for me.
All right.
One small step for man.
So, if you ever wondered what happens when German electroacoustic engineers sit in a room and stare at a normal loudspeaker and decide to build something better for the real world, what you get is the GGNTKT Model M3. It's a 4-way, fully active, cardioid-capable beast built for real living rooms, not just anechoic fantasy land. Not many speakers offers this kind of power and flexibility in such a shallow form factor, and that was the trigger that made me want to review these. We are going to throw the full force of the Silverback Listening Team at these monsters to find out if the GGNTKT thing can actually deliver music that reaches your soul, or if it's all just some technical exercise. Welcome to another Dream Speaker episode on Stjernholm Reviews, the series where the bravest speaker manufacturers put their greatest offerings in harm's way, supporting making hi-fi great again and raising money for nature preservation with our channel heroes.
Silverback! We are the Silverback! Hear that thunder roll! In the tweeters, heart in the stroll. Hi-fi great again, no strings to pull. Join the sound, feel the truth, let the music. The sound believers, wave receivers, nature's friends and truth achievers. We build, we play, we give it back. We are the mighty Silver.
Join the Patreon community and become a part of the Silverback tribe yourself.
Say Stjernholm Reviews. Stjernholm Reviews.
The company GGNTKT is a German outfit who designed systems for studios, cinemas, and immersive multi-channel rooms. Places where sound has to behave itself across 10 seats, not just one golden spot on the sofa. They built everything active from the ground up to create an optimized, integrated system. The Model M3 is their current top-of-the-line flagship for people who want proper, full-range performance without having to rebuild their house for speakers. Because the M3 cabinet here is only 19.9 deep. You heard that right. You can park these right up against the wall like normal furniture and still get balanced bass and enough SPL for really effortless hi-fi. This is just the perfect speaker design on paper for many real-life scenarios, as it ticks all the boxes, leading us to looking at the actual design and technology.
Say Stjernholm Reviews. Stjernholm Reviews.
Great design is always in the eye of the beholder. Some will not like it, some others will adore it right away, while it might grow on others over time. So Choose that color wisely.
Let me choose.
At the top here sits a computer-optimized waveguide with a 1.75-inch ring diaphragm compression driver. Horizontal dispersion is a very generous 140 degrees, basically a very large sweet spot on paper, while the vertical pattern is cleverly 16 degrees up, 40 degrees down to keep floor bounce under control. Just brilliant. Below the treble driver is the structural heart. It's a 8-inch paper cone mid-range driver handling the all-important 200 to 1.1 kilohertz band. And that's where voices and instruments really live.
If I really wanted to, I could also sing that way.
Yeah.
No, that sounded beautiful and very, very nice.
And then, of course, the star of the show here, the mind-blowing GGNTKT bass system. It's consisting of 2 long-throw 10-inch woofers with plus-minus 14mm linear excursion and 75mm voice coils that can each handle over 1,000 watts peak.
They can really pack some punch, and it's also from the Pro division, I think, so they're built to be pushed really hard.
They operate in either monopole mode or in clever opposition, with the rear radiating woofer creating active cardioid radiation down to around 35 to 40 Hz, which means cancelling bass to the rear by roughly 12 dBs. In plain English, in cardioid mode, instead of pumping an omnidirectional boom into your walls and corners, it shapes the low end so the room behaves itself more. Less room mode chaos and tighter timing and cleaner decay is the result. Switching to cardioid mode does cost you some headroom, but you'll gain clarity, especially near walls or in corners. But since there's so much headroom to start with, I really don't think it's a problem. What we got here was 108, no EQ, no nothing, in cardioid mode.
Yes, and 3 meters away.
Exactly, and 3 meters away. Plus, the limiters was just starting to engage. Okay.
So 1 dB more maybe, and that's it.
That is just insane. Simply swipe the touch-sensitive display on the back, and you can instantly switch to cardioid. Add the gentle bass lift or treble cut, or assign left and right channels if you are feeding a digital signal. There's 8 factory presets in total, and if you want to go full mad scientist mode, you can download their software and do your own EQ adjustments in the speaker. Everything is active, of course. Each driver has its own dedicated Pascal amplifier with a total of 1500 watts per speaker in the M3S version we have here. They are fed by separate power supplies to eliminate any crosstalk even at full blast. Crossovers are digital FIR phase linear filters with steep slopes, ensuring perfect timing, low group delay, look-ahead limiters, and basically zero idle noise or distortion. This is where active speaker designs really shine. It simply opens up for a whole new level of performance when you're not forcing 1 amp and a passive crossover to babysit 4 completely different drivers. Every single part is optimized exactly for its job, and the whole system is tuned as one instrument. A quick word on the connectivity. GGNTKT M3 has to be fed either via the balanced analog XLR or digitally through the professional AES EBU standard. Important to note, there's no digital loop-through, so you need a source or a preamp that can output either 2 identical regulated AES EBU signals or use a smart distribution device like this Mutec converter that also turns coaxial SPDIF into AES EBU. For our listening sessions, we simply opted for the balanced analog XLR outputs for convenience. The cabinet is CNC machined from a material called Valchromat. It's a material 30% more stable than MDF, and the overall quality feel of the speakers is top-notch. The bottom plate can be removed if you want to mount them on spikes. One thing though, while the finish is okay, it's not on the level we see in luxury speakers. So, as a furniture, the choice of that color should be considered with extra care.
Let me choose.
You have chosen wisely.
For the money, you're getting a complete pro-grade electroacoustic system. Built-in amps, built-in DSP, cardioid bass magic, wide and stable dispersion, and that form factor that actually works in normal homes. No separate power amps, no extra room correction boxes, no speaker stands. All of this looks very clever on paper, right? But to us music lovers, the only thing that really should matter is how it communicates our music.
Stern Home Review. Stern Home Review.
Since this is an extremely powerful speaker designed for easy integration in normal homes, we smashed them up against the wall to begin with, just like it was intended. The participating members of the Silverback Listening Team were not in full agreement on their experiences with the Model M3. In the ongoing efforts to try new things, our most ripe and non-technical member, the music lover Karsten, got to listen totally blindfolded. Yes, he had no idea of the size or placement of the speakers. He didn't even know what he was about to listen to. We are also listening to the Genelec 8380A on the day for review efficiency, so the blindfold is only possible with the first pair of speakers for logistical reasons. Karsten turns to his most prized review classics for his initial assessment.
Selling heaven.
A pair of really nice speakers to listen to. There's a really good bass that's present. It comes through clearly without being overly deep or dominating, but it truly is there. It's well defined, and the intricate details are also included. These are the kind of details you typically find only in really high-quality speakers. The only thing I think it's her voice. It doesn't sound as full and warm as it usually does, but otherwise the music holds up quite well. And I also don't think that it has perhaps the same depth and wide soundstage. It's not as expansive as you'd find with other speakers, but it does feel a bit more present. It's more intimate, and I actually quite enjoy that once in a while. And they certainly are. I think it's been a lovely track and a pleasure to listen to, even though I might miss a bit more sense of space. But the speakers are very pleasant indeed. I have to say, they're definitely good at rock music. And this sounds absolutely fantastic too. And there's also more depth to the sound, and the vocals are really strong, and the guitars, they truly have a powerful impact. It's presented beautifully. It's a very clear, crisp, and clean sound. It's not one of those sounds that just gets muddy, and I think that's really quite good.
With a young lady on your arm.
His voice is so incredibly present, and it's absolutely insane how his voice just fills everything, and it's almost like he's standing right here in front of you, and it sounds so perfectly natural. It's truly wild, you know. That is absolutely stunning.
After exploring the finer details, it was time to experience the sheer power and headroom of the GGNTKT bass system.
That you can feel.
According to his way.
That's just insane, man.
Oh, Mary. Never show your truth.
And not to forget, its ability to deliver true-to-life dynamics.
Holy smokes!
I've never heard anything like it.
With good recordings, they truly reward you.
Just like with my own experience, Karsten's impressions of the Model M3 just grows as he listens more.
I am feeling mighty lonesome. Haven't slept a wink. I walk the floor from 9 to
The bass, I think, precisely because it's not intrusive or boomy, as you say, it works incredibly well. And when the treble isn't shrill at any point, then there's not much that can cause listening fatigue.
I'd much rather have this one, and I can listen to it for ages without getting tired of it, than have another one that sounds amazing for the first 2 or 3 days I have it, and then you start to,
Oh yes, that's experience talking right there. Lars, fresh out of his session on the Genelec 8380A, shed some light on exactly this.
Maybe a little bit boring. I like a little bit of energy. I like the bass maybe a little better now compared to the Genelics, but wow, the Genelics were into the room, and this is a little more leaned back and a little more boring. And now I actually think I like the detail in the Genelics.
Maybe we can do one thing that might excite them a little bit more if we do something like this.
Yeah.
They are designed to be straight on, of course, but you can always play around with stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, what good is your crown with your heart on the ground? Oh, Mary.
Wow. That was exactly the experience I actually missed a little bit before with the Genelics, that you feel the bass in the room, and maybe that's because I like that. But that also gives a more coherent soundstage because it's across the full frequency range. I missed that bass with the Genelics. So this was really powerful, and they're not nearly as revealing. That's maybe also why they sound a little more home hi-fi-like instead of monitor-like.
That's just the way you make me.
With the speakers on axis to the listening position and repeating some of the tracks we played earlier, Lars discovers how much the soundstage is actually growing.
Huge and wide soundstage. It has the width that I missed with the Genelics. A little less metallic in the sound. Great dynamics also. And really the soundstage on both Janelle and Peter Gabriel is mind-blowing.
Could we just do a quick test of that Ballad of Bill Hubbard again?
Yeah, with the speakers towed in. Yeah.
That will tell us something.
Then crank it up. Wow. It's completely different, Morten. So now it's totally out there to the right.
90 degrees out there. We benefit from towing them in quite a bit.
I definitely
so you have them on
believe so.
axis.
Yeah. Low end was impressive and huge soundstage. I didn't miss anything from that. So I really liked the Peter Gabriel was amazing to listen to. A very, very good speaker.
Tim loved the trouser-shaking bass and the headroom.
That's phenomenal. That's almost impossible that they can do that.
But he found the mid-range a bit fatiguing.
I know. My iWatch first. Loud environment. No shit. Yeah.
No shit,
extreme bass performance, especially with the size of cabinet. They're too harsh in the midtones for me, I must admit. But especially when you play loud, but impressive bass. So they did a
very
good job
punchy
there.
down there as well.
Extremely tight, controlled, dynamic. also revealing down there, so they never feel phased, even with the crazy, crazy deep stuff. So much power. Definitely loud environment on my watch. Yeah,
exactly. GGNTKT or point out that they deliberately tuned the M3 for real untreated rooms and long-term fatigue-free listening rather than immediate wow effects. That explains why some of us found it smooth and pleasant, while others felt it lacked a bit of initial excitement or mid-range spark.
I think they need a little bit EQ to taste, depending on your own preferences, but also listening distance and so on, how your room is.
To me, these are terrific all-rounders that don't favor any specific genre. They grow on you over time and kick tremendous butt thanks to that. The Doc and I conducted a session exploring modes and various placements, maximum SPL testing and more, where the full all gloves off session is available to Patreon members.
Punch in the chest.
We were all really impressed with the control and tightness on a level we have not heard before in this room. The well-integrated DSP limiters makes it possible to explore the power without any worries.
They're a special set of speakers, so they deserve a place in the selection mode because they do something that almost no other speaker can do for the package, for the size. I like that they tried to do something that's not available, as far as I know, any other way for that size. So that's a worthy product. And they were never harsh in the top end, a little bit dampened in the high end.
It's a real home hi-fi speaker. It's an all-rounder that takes anything from electronic music to opera. So definitely a nice, high-performing hi-fi speaker.
I was really blown away by the dynamics and the way it just handled high SPL without breaking down. It just delivered the slam, full-range slam, and a very great coherence between the tweeter waveguide and the mid-range made it very easy to just relax, and nothing sounded off-balanced. Once it was EQ'd right off the box without any EQ, it was a bit elevated in the heights. It's a full four-way active speaker with DSP, so you have really some opportunities to tune it to the room. Due to the cardioid principle, you can put it close to the front wall without the bass overpowering the room. So you really have some nice tools to integrate the speaker in your room.
The GGNTKT Model M3, in just the color you can imagine, is a very clever, powerful and practical solution that actually delivers on its promises.
For the money, I think it's 30,000 euro or something like that. It's really, I would say it's almost a bargain if there ever was one. Full active four-way, your ears give up before the speaker. Very coherent sound, slamming the bass tight, a nice top end, well integrated with a waveguide horn. I really didn't find anything that I didn't like.
Looking at alternatives, the Steinway Lingdorf Model A can match the shallow wall-friendly form factor and steps up in finish and luxury, but lacks active cardioid radiation and will introduce external amps at more than twice the price. If you don't care about the form factor, the Silverback Audio Manta system is around the same price with a passive cardioid approach, coaxial mid-range and treble, and separate subwoofers. Now hang on for the pros, the cons, and the final Dream Speaker review score. If you want more Dream Speaker reviews, be sure to check out the Dream Speaker playlist from the channel front page and dream away. No matter what you do, the truth always reveals itself when you just listen.
Just listen.
See you soon.
Masterful German engineering has once again delivered a glorious triumph. What a masterpiece of precision and power. The people of Germany can stand taller today.
Gauge intact? They'd whoop a feller good round here for bringing home something called that.
Earl, that sounds like pure balderdash. But why? That sounds so retarded.
Yes, them boys once took me out and ripped off my pants and
Nevertheless, I shall most certainly stand shoulder to shoulder with the awesome. Let's watch the next glorious review.